Welcome to Yell Brick Road. I am Jordan, and today, apparently more disappointing news for Trump fans and Americans alike, as the Epstein case, I think, has been concluded, allegedly. But first, don't forget to share, support, hopefully donate to all the links in the description box. Check them out, read them, share them, then donate. All of it appreciated. Thank you very much. Sorry, runny nose right now. A little congested here. Might start sounding like Ben Shapiro. So as you can see, a statement from the Department of Justice here, and the FBI, I guess. Actually, let me read Michael Tracy's little caption first, because it's kind of funny. I need a new sound effect for the sound of a million fever-brained worldviews violently imploding into themselves. Like, it's funny. Like, he's dancing on their parade, let's be honest. It's kind of funny, because there are a lot of people very hopeful. And actually, we're going to go over some reactions to this stuff and some of the statements being said, which I also find hilarious and or a little creepy even. But let's read this statement from the DOJ and FBI. As part of our commitment to transparency, sorry, it's like hard for me to read it. It's kind of out of focus, whatever. The Department of Justice and the Federal Bureau of Investigation have conducted an exhaustive review of investigative holdings relating to Jeffrey Epstein. To ensure that the review was thorough, the FBI conducted digital searches of its database, hard drives, and network drives, as well as physical searches of squad areas, locked cabinets, desks, closets, and other areas where responsive material may have been stored. These searches uncovered a significant amount of material, including more than 300 gigabytes of data and physical evidence. God dang, that's a lot. It's going to make the kind of next portions kind of make even less sense, but whatever, let's keep reading. The files relating to Epstein include a large volume of images of Epstein, images and videos of victims who are either minors or appear to be minors, and over 10,000 downloaded videos and images of illegal child sex abuse material and other pornography. Okay, so this is what was said by Pam Bondi right after the James O'Keefe secret tape of, I guess, her saying what she had. Okay, so let's keep reading here. Teams of agents, analysts, attorneys, and privacy and civil liberties experts combed through the digital and documentary evidence with the aim of providing as much information as possible to the public while simultaneously protecting victims. Much of the material is subject to court-ordered sealing. Only a fraction of this material would have been aired publicly had Epstein gone to trial, as the seal served only to protect victims and did not expose any additional third parties to allegations of illegal wrongdoing. through this review, we found no basis to revisit this the disclosure of those materials and will not permit the release of child pornography. So I guess it's all child pornography, and they cannot show that to anyone. Okay. Granted, there are people combing through it. I guess they're allowed to see that. Now, I don't know. I don't know if you have to show like child pornography, but if it's pertinent evidence, that should be shown, I guess, to people, right? I mean, mainly people want the list, right? Like who did what and when. That's what they want. But all right, let's keep reading here. Here's the part that Michael Tracy highlighted. Let's find out why. The systematic review revealed no incriminating client list. This systematic review revealed no incriminating client list. So that should be wreckage off rip right there. It's like, and who goes to jail? It's just, it was I guess two people, as someone says in a joke. It's pretty funny. Where's this at? Is it this one? Yeah. Ghislaine Maxwell is the only person on earth to be sentenced for child trafficking to 0 clients. Like, oh shit, Jimmy's live. Fuck. Yeah, I don't even think people care if they're. I mean, they care if they're famous, but it's more so that this thing is exposed, and I think people think they're famous. Whoever's the clients of all this stuff, but I think they'd want the list anyways. I don't know. Seemingly. There was also no credible evidence found that Epstein blackmailed prominent individuals as part of his actions. We did not uncover evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties. So, once again, if you're going to do if you're the Department of Justice or the FBI, why would you do an investigation only looking for famous people? Shouldn't it just be about those people, the individuals that are involved in this? I mean, I get what fans are doing. I get they're begging for Diddy's in there and Jay-Z's in there and shit. I know they want that stuff, but as an organization that's supposed to be, crime fighting, if you will, you would think they'd tell you who the perps are, right? For sure, right? I don't know. Like who are they doing all this procuring for and grooming and brainwashing and abusing? Like, is it just for their own personal pleasure? That'd be kind of crazy because he had these girls as masseuses, right? They were fucking giving massages to the wealthy and famous and all that shit, weren't they? I mean, yeah, that's just a bizarre thing to walk away with. Like, hey, we didn't find any famous people, so we're not. That's it. It's all over. Like, what? This is weird. Consistent with prior disclosures, the review confirmed that Epstein harmed over 1,000 victims. Each suffered unique trauma. Sensitive information relating to these victims is intertwined throughout the materials. This includes specific details such as victim names and likenesses, physical descriptions, places of birth, associates, and employment history. Well, you don't have to show us all of that, right? Of the victims, you don't have to show us all of that. I'm just saying, like, you don't have to. Yeah. Anyways, one of our highest. It says highest. All right. One of our highest priorities is combating child exploitation and bringing justice to victims. Perpetuating unfounded theories about Epstein serves neither of those ends. So they're saying you guys are conspiracy theorists, and your conspiracy theories actually fuck things up. Granted, let's say I just never ever in my life believed in a conspiracy theory, and then you presented the whole like storyline of Jeffrey Epstein. I'd be like, well, I might believe in this conspiracy that this fool who was caught early on with crimes was apparently had this fucking this dream jail deal that no one else gets when they go to fucking jail. Yeah, just come back over here at night. Come back to jail at nighttime, and you can sleep here. But during the day, go out and do your thing. Go do your business. Do whatever you want. You could be continuing your fucking trafficking or raping. Just go ahead, do your thing. But just come back here to sleep. You know, at the end of the day, come back to jail for us and take a nap. Like fuck. Right? That was the initial thing. And then the public actually like really gets into the story and really finds out about the story, and the guy gets arrested. And it's like, oh shit, look at the shit involved here. We're seeing pictures with all these famous people or British royalty, and there's a whole list of names that were on the fucking flight logs on the plane that have been to Epstein Island, on and so forth. And then the guy goes to jail and dies in there by, I guess, choking himself out with like tissue paper, essentially. I think is the idea, which would make him like one of the strongest humans ever, the most like the most finesse and power at the same time. Like he's like Shaq on the fucking Magic, where he's like skinny Shaq. He's like agile but powerful. He's just that brilliant. He just killed himself somehow. And they want us just like, once again, I wouldn't expect even the most conservative sense of like, you know, Occam's razor or just like, oh, the world, there's no conspiracies going on. The most conservative mindset that just follows the mainstream line no matter what. Even they were like, wait a minute, this doesn't make sense. There's no way this just happened like this. So, once again, uh, saying we're people perpetuating unfounded theories, it's like, you gotta give them something, dude. This is not gonna fly. We saw too much, dude. Sorry, DOJ. Sorry, FBI. We saw too much. Okay. Here's the last paragraph. To that end, while we have labored to provide the public with maximum information regarding Epstein and ensured examination of any evidence in the government's possession, it is the determination of the Department of Justice and the FBI that no further disclosure will be appropriate or warranted, meaning it's over. That is it. Case closed. There is no client list. Once again, even if they weren't famous, you're supposed to show that, aren't you? If they're just regular motherfuckers that we never heard of before, but they're the actual clients for all this stuff. But apparently, it was just Epstein and Maxwell. It was just them, for them. They weren't making tapes on anyone. They were just for their own pleasure, I guess. Let's continue. We have a statement from Donald Trump on Truth Social. The FBI, under the direction of Director Kash Patel and Deputy Director Dan Bongino, is back to the basics, locking up criminals and cleaning up America's streets. We have the greatest law enforcement professionals in the world, but quote unquote politics, and corrupt leadership often prevented them from doing their job. That is no longer the case, and now they have been unleashed to do their jobs, and they are doing just that. Keep it up. Make America safe again. Now, for all I know, this is an old statement. It's probably from today. Let's be honest. Let me see. Let's take a peek. What the fuck? What the? Oh, I'm on the wrong fucking one. No! Yeah, do this. Go to his name. Method requires in what? I'm not allowed to like look at his thing anymore. Let's try this again, bro. Try this. What the fuck? I feel like I'm like locked out or something. There we go. What the fuck is all this shit? Okay, I guess it's shitty signed. Okay, so yeah, this is from 2 hours ago.
I saw there was something about the video of him in his cell, like a minute missing.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that. No spoilers. No spoilers. We'll get to that. So this the screenshot by Zero Hedge is legit and very recent, 2 hours ago. From where I'm recording it. Let's keep going. Now, this is interesting. This is from the PBD podcast crew. And once again, we're going to start going into some of the reactions of things. And yes, that video will come up of the jail cell, and then there's like a random minute missing. We'll get into that, don't worry. But let's hear some of the reactions to this. Here we go. Here's PBD's podcast, and one of these weirdos on there. It's just some weird shit.
We are built on pedophilia and blackmailing the most powerful
What do you
people.
mean we are built? Define that. Do you
I'm
mean our
saying-
entire country,
No,
our
no,
entire
I'm
government,
just saying,
our entire
I'm saying
FBI,
this.
CIA?
I'm saying this.
Or this is one little operation that
Adam,
they don't want to
Adam,
expose.
whoever he was working for, Epstein,
little one,
Mossad, CIA, everything. Apparently, the most powerful people on the world were flying to an island and having sex with underage kids because she said it. There's tens of thousands of hours of them doing it. If we're built on that and the most powerful people that are running the show are in charge, the guys telling Cash Patel, the thing that you just read, shut up. Shut up about it. Hold on, you know who I am. He knows who I am. I want accountability for everybody. If it's Trump, if it's Bill Gates, if it's Bill Clinton, I don't give a shit. If it's the president of anything, expose them because, Adam, the truth has to come out.
Okay, so I only have one.
So, I mean, I get it, and someone can feel that way. I leave room for that. This guy could just be posturing because it's a very popular thing to say, right? With the whole Epstein thing, it's like kind of a duh scenario of where you fall in regards to the topic. Thus, you can bloviate and scream and yell like, "Look how fucking into this I am! I'm so on your side. I'm angry. I'm extra angry about this." But then again, there's like kids being blown up across the world. They don't give a fuck, right? Don't care about that one. But what people are going to be freaked out about is this guy Adam, his response to that, where it's like, I don't think people would. I don't think that's a good enough reason to not tell people what's going on. And also, he's kind of implying that there are famous names on there that they can't tell everyone. For, as you'll hear, Adam's reason for why they can't just tell everyone who's on that client list. Here it is.
One question for you,
Yes.
my dear friend. I agree with you, but at what price?
Take a deep breath.
Okay.
Drink
But
a
hold
lot
on, hear
of
me
water.
out. At what price?
At any price, Adam.
So you're saying to expose whatever happened on Epstein Island,
Yep.
you're willing to do whatever
Yes.
this looks like.
Yes.
Tear
Pause.
down the government, expose all the secrets, put America basically in harm's way just to find out what's Epstein.
What do you mean, Adam?
Because these are the most powerful people in the world.
Yeah.
They're apparently on this island.
Adam,
So-
let the truth be told or the heavens fall. I don't care.
Okay,
Yeah,
well-
Adam, and that's who Vincent Oshana is. I am
All right.
100% accountability, and I don't give a if Adam. If that's what we were
but
built
at
on,
what price?
I don't
At
give a
tearing
shit. There is
down
no
America?
price. Guess what the price is, Adam? God.
So
God's
you want
the price.
to rule?
You're gonna answer them
you
anyway.
want to rule?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. As you can hear here, like there's a reason why I argue for morality so often. Because if you're the reasons why you're saying, okay, this is why you shouldn't be here. If you're morally consistent, there's reasons beyond Epstein list shit. Like there's all these different types of reasons why these fools should not be there. Once again, if it's all up to the Epstein list, whether or not Donald Trump is going to be allowed to be president, or Barack Obama, or one of these fucking politicians, or whatever, some of these corrupt politicians, if it's only about the Epstein list, I think we lost. But if we make it about true morality, like hold to your principles, these guys would have been gone already. And guess what? It wouldn't be pure chaos and destruction across America, because the point would be that you're being moral, right? You can't say, hey, Trump's out there killing people as like a reason to take him down, and then be like, all right, let's kill Trump in response to that. That wouldn't make sense. That'd be morally inconsistent. Once again, anyone can say words out loud, but I'm saying like they actually believe in the morals that they're saying, right? That's what I'm saying. So, and also it's like, well, what else do you do, Adam? Do you just I don't know. Do we have people that are in these quote unquote positions of power allowed to continue like raping people, like raping kids? Do we allow that? Let's be honest. Just because Epstein is in jail or died, or Ghislaine Maxwell is in jail and will die someday, it doesn't mean that shit stops at all. They were the only two. They were the only two traffickers on planet Earth for a rich clientele base. Like, come on. No one fucking believes that. That's bullshit. Meaning it's still happening. Right? Even with like people who aren't so famous, there's still trafficking going on, but even in the rich and famous world, there is that shit still happening. Let's be real. Apparently the lengths that these guys were willing to go to, they're probably like an addiction almost, right? Where they don't just stop that shit overnight. Maybe they stop for a little bit, like, oh fuck, okay, let's, the heat's kind of up, let's chill out a bit. But once things relax and they deem the Epstein case concluded, why wouldn't they go back to just doing that shit? Because apparently you get immunity. It's the same thing as the Wall Street shit, where like, okay, Bernie Madoff, we blame you for everything. And the other gangsters, other financial gangsters, go right back to what they were doing before. And they're not worried because you always have a scapegoat to run to. Same thing with this, dude. So I don't know what Adam's asking for in this situation. Like, what are you asking for, dude? Like, well, listen, if we point out everyone, then the world will fall upon itself or something like that. Like, okay, I understand that. I understand there's a lot of people that will do a lot of stupid shit to, beat their chest and say, I'm the most, I care the most. That's why I went out there and shot all of them. I know there's dumb motherfuckers like that. We see them all over the place, right? For sure. But at the same time, it's like, you're not their daddies, Adam, or President Trump, or Kash Patel, or Dan Bongino, or Pam Bondi. You're not their mommies and daddies. I know you think you are, but you're not. So, once again, I'm not even saying have faith in regular people in like the mass population in dealing with this. I'm not even saying have faith in them that they will act, righteously and okay, let's keep things clean and let's do this like professionally, let's do this legitly. I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying like, what gives you the right? I'm sorry, what gives them the right? Because these guys plunder and kill themselves, don't they? They get mad at looters, but then you have troops stationed in Syria looting the fucking oil and shit. Like, come on. Look at these rats. Look at this, what these people are doing. Like, you're doing the same thing on apparently like a bigger scale. I consider them equally wrong. But as far as the material differences, it's on a bigger scale. You're overthrowing countries for this shit. Which is way less than the fucking person stealing diapers from Walmart. But yet, you're treated like the parents, and everyone else is treated like the children. So like sorry, Adam. If you maybe it'll help Adam realize, or people realize, like, damn, we got bigger problems than just corrupt governments and Epstein cover-ups. Like, fuck, if this is what we turn into because we hear some information that we don't like, what's our fucking point of being? Like, what are we doing? Maybe it's a moment of self-reflection. But, whatever, okay, I'll let him finish out his point. Here we go. I just think it's stupid. Here we go.
City of Ashes.
I don't give a shit if it's built on pedophilia and raping kids. Yes, because
you're being emotional.
No, I'm not. I'm being real.
You have to understand.
I'm being real.
The whole concept of
funny how blowing up kids doesn't mean anything.
Face, there might be an issue. But you want to cut your whole nose off and ruin your entire face because you care that much about this entire issue.
If the machine is running right now because pedophiles are running the show and they're telling him, shut the hell up because we're all pedophiles, knock it down. And my last thing, Pat, what bothered me about what
I don't know why, and this seems to be pretty obvious that people actually do this. I don't know why raping kids is worse than murdering kids. I don't know why I personally don't realize why it's kids over like adults. Like, adults get raped, adults get murdered. Aren't these all equally bad? Like, actually equally bad? I understand the sensibilities of it, but I don't understand why we're scaling these things. because the U.S. government has been killing kids. They've been doing that. I mean, in large numbers, killing children. Large numbers. Kids who never got their lives fucking started because they're blown up, or shot, or starved. But for some reason, those get ignored. And I guess the sensational nature of Epstein and trafficking children, I guess when you add sex to it, it just makes it a lot worse for people. I guess. But it's like, dude, they've been fucking murdering kids left and right. All over the fucking world. It's just like nobody fucking cares apparently. Apparently that's not a big enough deal. But I'm like, these are equally bad things. Like I almost want to like run into the room like, yeah, I forgot this guy's name. Whatever, but I'll be like, yeah, man, yeah, you're right. Also, we should stop them murdering kids too. Yeah, let's stop the murder of kids. Yeah, let's do that. If you like explain what I mean by the murders, like, oh no, wait a minute, that's war though. That's war. War's different. Wait, can you rape in the middle of a war or something? Can you rape a child in the middle of a war? No, you can't do that. But you can shoot them in the face, like point blank, shoot them in the face. Well, you know, if you, I got nothing. They probably have nothing. Let's be honest. Not so many people are willing to go to Douglas Murray level and just say, well, this is war. This is what happens in war. Excusing the depths of, once again, tens of thousands in less than 2 years. Tens of thousands. I mean, entire families wiped out. So, yeah, that's one thing you're going to hear from me in regards to the Epstein stuff. It's like you're going to see a bunch of moral inconsistency. It's just wild. It's almost like they view like the other thing like, oh, this is what happens. It's kind of necessary, a necessary evil that happens. And the rape stuff is like, no, that's not. That shouldn't happen anywhere. It's like, bro, neither should happen anywhere. Duh. But I'll let him finish his point. There you go.
What he said is, we're not going to re-victimize the girls and the victims.
Hey,
we're not going to do it.
Cash?
Yes,
America doesn't kill kids.
Guess
Where?
what?
Where?
Nobody
Where?
wants to see any girl.
Dummies.
I don't want to see any kids, male, boy, underage. Blur them out. But who's the guy that's touching them? Who's the guy that's molesting them and raping them? This is a horrible argument. It's absolutely ridiculous. I don't.
Oh, shit. Guess that was it. No, my fucking headphones came unplugged. No. Editor, please edit that out for me. Real life can't happen. We have to edit real life out of our videos. Anyways, okay. Once again, for me, rape at any age is bad. Equally horrendous. They're equal. They're the same fucking thing. Equally bad. Murder at any age is equally bad. But we don't live there, do we? Let's keep it moving. Okay, here's some more reactions, as you probably see. Alex Jones here. This is where we're going to enter silly land. Because people think Alex Jones is legit. And I'm like, but every single topic where Trump fucks up, this guy comes out of nowhere to become an apologist and make excuses and say Trump's not to blame. But here we go. Here's his caption. I'm not gonna play his video. I'm just gonna read the caption. The DOJ is running cover for the CIA and Mossad. No one is buying this. The next DOJ will say, actually, Jeffrey Epstein never existed. This is over the top sickening. Okay. That makes sense.
Have you played the video yet?
Of this? Nah.
No.
Oh, the jail cell? Nah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I don't need to play the video. I can just talk about it. It's pretty. Like, I don't need to watch like the clock turn to 11:59 and then skip to 12. It's like kind of self-explanatory there. But okay. So this is Alex's reaction. The DOJ running cover for the CIA, of course. Once again, Trump hires the head of the DOJ and the FBI, and he takes no blame for it, obviously. But don't worry, if you think I'm jumping the gun with Alex and he's like, no, Alex isn't playing cover for them. He's not playing cover for Trump. Well, you'll see soon. Don't worry. Let's move on to this. Oh, my bad. This is the one I showed already, which is kind of crazy, right? Ghislaine Maxwell is the only person on earth to be sentenced for child sex trafficking to 0 clients. Yeah, apparently she was just trafficking them to herself and Jeffrey. They were just doing it for themselves. Anyways, here's more Alex Jones here. Now look at this. Judge Joe Brown believes that Trump is using the Epstein files to blackmail the deep state to surrender. Of course, he shows black celebrities that he shows Diddy and Jay-Z or something. Look who's he's protecting. I haven't heard anything about Jay-Z being connected to this at all. To Epstein, I haven't heard any of that. And all I've seen for the Diddy thing is him, I guess they're cool with each other as like music artists and stuff like that. Maybe he is. Like I can't say I know, but people really want that to be the case, which is pretty bizarre. Which hurts. That can hurt the investigation itself, where you're focused on celebrities you don't like, and you want them to be a part of something like desperately. Yeah, you can actually hurt. You should probably like just examine it and see what happens. But yeah, so once again, Alex brings someone on that will do cover for Trump. Believes that Trump is using the Epstein files to blackmail the deep state to surrender. He's blackmailing the deep state through he's hiding the files in order to blackmail them into doing the right thing, which I guess is starting a war in Iran, helping a Holocaust in Gaza, missile striking Somalia, putting sanctions on all these countries, trying to make Venezuela, let's be real, trying to hold them down to third world status by just over-the-top sanctions on them and hoping for a regime change. Yeah, Trump needs to twist arms to make that happen. So thank you, Judge Joe Brown, and thank you for Alex for hosting this idea with probably a little pushback. Anyways, here's also this from Alex Jones, which will bring up the jail cell footage. Here it is, breaking. The Epstein jail cell security footage is missing a full minute. This is a setup to make the Trump administration look guilty of a cover-up. Who edited the tape?
It out.
So here's, I can put this on screen. I guess I can just show this while they're talking. I'm not gonna play all this, but it's like Trump can do no wrong. There is nothing he could do. It could be Trump walking in without a mask on into the jail cell, choking out Jeffrey Epstein, walking away, doing the Trump dance a couple times in front of the camera, putting a MAGA hat on, practicing his golf swing into the mirror and shit, walk away, and Alex Jones would be like, someone has dressed up as Donald Trump. It's a deep fake. Someone dressed up as him and impersonated him and then murdered Epstein in order to blame Trump because Trump is such a good, loving, angelic human being. He is a saint. God sent him himself. God bless you, Trump. Like, that's how far this fucking loony is, bro. Like, he is batshit. Actually, here's the thing. I don't even think he's batshit. I think he's carefully coordinating on behalf of other people. Like, he looks clear as day, looks full of shit. Like a fucking honky-tonk used car salesman type of shit he does. It's so blatant he does that. And it's like, damn, you are matching the levels of Tim Pool as being the most transparent grifter in the game, bro. Straight up. But all right, let's hear them talk for a little bit. I'll put it full screen. Of course, they highlight Benny Johnson here. Here we go.
Which I don't think Patel or Bongino did. Whoever did that is setting them up. This was a trap to hang Epstein.
It would help to show the
and all this
timestamp
around Trump
Alex.
and his administration. This is what Kyle Seraphin predicted last hour before this even came out. Roger Stone, what the hell do you make of that? Who edited that tape? Who gave them this saying this is it?
He's zooming on
And
his
then
ear.
now this is a setup. I'm telling you.
Well, let me posit a theory here, which is quite simply that Epstein was an equal opportunity blackmailer. There is no question that Alex Acosta, the U.S. attorney who gave Epstein a pass on his Florida case, when he was appointed Secretary of Labor.
I mean, that's just bizarre to have that. This dweeby looking dude as your this fucking weird 2 dweeb 3 is Nixon. What the fuck are you doing? Who is this
under
Muppet?
Trump in the first term, and he was in preparation for his confirmation hearings. He was asked, "What are you going to say if they ask you about why you gave Epstein a slap on the wrist?" He said, "I'm going to tell the truth. He was a CIA asset. That's what I was told to say." So I believe that the pressure from the British royal family, from a number of our other allies, perhaps Israel, perhaps the Saudis, who knows? The point is, Epstein was doing dirty work, was collecting blackmail for many, many entities. This was his business. It's how he rose from obscurity, being a math teacher at a private
No, I
school.
totally agree. So you told me this before the election. You told me this before the election. I agree with you. I called you this morning. We had a very short conversation. So you could come on. I said, let me guess. They've come to Trump and said, national security, CIA, Mossad, we got to kill this. And that somehow that's matriculated down into this. So where do you?
So Trump is like,
Listen, I really want to expose this list. This is a big priority for me. My fans have been screaming for it. You know, the MAGA, the America First crowd, they want this Epstein list. All right? So we're gonna do this. This is very important to me.
according to Alex Jones, this is what was being said. And then they're like, "Oh, listen, Mr. President, national security reasons, we can't show this."
Well, I am a patriot, sir. I will protect the law. I will protect America. I won't release it.
But if you're a let's say Latin descent American, like full blood, born in the country American, he's gonna try. He does things where he's like, "Damn, you can get thrown out." Like, what the fuck? Like, just willy nilly break rules and break the spirit of rules as well, right? Because we're human beings, right? We don't just follow the letter of the law. We just use our own interpretation of things. Somehow he worked so hard to find as many brown-skinned people in America just to get rid of them. He worked really hard at that one. But this one...
All right, CIA, you got me. Okay. I'll listen to you.
It is Alex's fucking assessment, dude. If you don't think this guy's full of shit, I don't know what to tell you. Anyone can scream and clap and yell about, "Oh my God, where's the Epstein list?" But if your end assessment is to protect the people who could actually release the Epstein list, like, what does that mean about you then? This is embarrassing. I told you. I said it before. You're a fucking idiot if you fall for Alex Jones. You're dumb as rocks. I'm so sorry to tell you. But someone needs to. Someone needs to let you know you're fucking dumb as rocks. Anyways, here we go.
You see this going? I mean, do you agree with me that this is, I mean, whoever gave them the video with a minute cut out at the D.C., I mean, at the New York jail, the prison, I mean, this was like a setup, Roger.
Well, I've watched that video. I'm still not sure what it proves, even with the minute cut out of it. It doesn't seem to prove anything to me.
Yeah, it doesn't show he wasn't killed. It doesn't even show the cell block. It doesn't even show the wing.
It defies credibility, just like the question of Virginia Giuffre, who only weeks ago we were told committed suicide. Alex, I interviewed her for hours. I read her testimony. I followed her. Like her father, I don't believe she killed herself. I just don't believe that. So I think we have a massive cover up here, and I think it is due to pressure from a number of our allies because Epstein was blackmailing some very, very powerful, important people.
Now, I will say this. A minute would be a crazy, like, I mean, if you put a chokehold on someone, you can put them out pretty fast, right? Out cold pretty fast. Then even just a little bit longer to full blown, they die, right? They lose too much oxygen to the brain, they fucking die, as far as I understand. Then you have to tie them up onto the thing, right? In a minute, that's like super efficient to be able to do that. But all right. I don't know. I don't know. That seems crazy that could be all done in a minute, and then they escape or something. Where do they go? Did they get thrown in jail on purpose to do this assassination and go back to their jail cell while the guards let them out and all that shit? Like that seems like a lot to be done in 1 minute. That's a lot. Was it one of the guards themselves? So what's that? Who knows? Who knows? But the tape with a minute missing or the client list not being released, like there's no way around it in regards to the Trump administration. So thus, Alex and Roger Stone have to shuck and jive and dance for people to get them to like take their attention off of the possibility that these guys are involved in covering it up. Let's be honest. All right, didn't Trump have Bill Burr, not Bill Burr, Bill Barr on the case during his first term? I'm pretty sure. So he was like one of the ones like kind of initially collecting a lot of evidence. I'm pretty sure. And then all these years later, they give us nothing and say, well, it's concluded. He killed himself and we can't release the client list because there's no significant clients on there. Meaning there's nothing and there's nothing. And they were just, I guess, trafficking for themselves, apparently. All right, here we go.
That is my theory.
Oh, okay. I should have known that there'd be a full minute of fucking ads from Alex Jones to sell you creatine and blue methylene. I should have fucking known. What an embarrassment. What an embarrassing fucking person, bro. Good God. Like hokey, corny, and embarrassing. Because he's so full of shit. But, alright, there you go, guys. You get nothing, basically. Now, if you're one of these people that are riding, all their fucking chips are all riding on this fucking story, I don't know what to fucking tell you. Like, I get worried that you're doing this for entertainment at that point. I get worried about shit like that. Because there are all these other, like, well, what else is a problem in the world? And if this is your main focus, I assume you're just entertained by it or something. Like, oh my God, what celebrity's gonna be on the list? Yeah, that worries me. Not saying everyone's like that, just saying if you care about this, but not the, once again, the massacring of children, if you don't care about that, but you care about this so much, that worries me. And once again, I don't see a difference or one being better or worse than the other when you're talking about starving a child, blowing up a grandma, or a granddad, or regular adults. Blowing them up, too, is equally horrendous as sex trafficking a child. Equally bad. We may not want to go there, but then again, if you look at our world, I think I'm kind of correct on it. Just to be honest with you. See the way the world operates. Like, yeah, we got some major, major problems. But all right, I'm just gonna leave it there. Once again, kind of a nothing burger with the whole Epstein case that people were living and dying by as a reason to even vote for the Trump administration, right? He's gonna fucking release the list and tell us, the rich and powerful that are on there that are subverting our world. I know there's that assessment too, which is a little bit different than the people that are just looking for celebrities, right? That want it because of entertainment, because of the scandal of it. There are people that think like, there's a whole world order that are trying to control humanity, and if we have a chance to get them on a blatantly horrible crime, then we can start cleaning the world up a bit. Granted, their solution might be like, okay, so let's do a public hanging plus firing squad. Let's do that. Let's videotape all of it. Like it's like some sort of like kind of I don't know, mangled brain solution to these things. Is what I would expect. Chemical castration and then firing squad, right? Because they want to be the most moral, right? Those guys that posture like that. I'm the most moral. I want the worst for them, and I'll do it myself. Meanwhile, they're just like posturing because of their own lack of self confidence. But whatever. Point is, yeah, they kind of gave you nothing here, and just another check mark for Jordan of like reasons why this administration's trash and past administrations are trash. Even when you catch a guy with all this evidence and all this stuff, still somehow nothing comes about from it. It just goes away. And it's like, well, at some point I'll get tired of saying I told you so. But for now, I'm drinking leftist and rightist tears. All right, there's your video. Please subscribe if you like, comment, agree, disagree. Tell me what you think in the comment section. I mean, I'll ask the obvious question, I think, where I know a lot of you will answer. Do you think there's a blatant client list of wealthy or rich or influential or famous or whatever the fuck? Is that list out there? You know, they could be businessmen or politicians or celebrities or whatever. Do you think that list actually exists? And these guys are saying it's not there because they don't want to. They're covering it up. And then tell me your reason why they might do that. If you think they're covering it up, is it because of what this Adam guy said? Like, oh, the whole world will kill itself. There'll be pandemonium everywhere. Everyone will be fucking rioting and looting and shooting each other and all that shit because all our politicians are full of shit and child rapists. Or, it could be something like, oh, it's simply, oh, Trump's on the list, so they're stopping it. Or whatever you got. Tell me in the comment section. Don't forget to share, support, hopefully donate to all the links in the description box. Check them out, read them, share them, then donate. All of it appreciated. And with all that said, give this video a thumbs down. Yeah.
Say you wanna get in, and then you wanna get out. When you get the money to buy yourself a car.